Hello everyone, and welcome to Let's Play X-Men Legends. My name is Basilisk, and I'm still your host, so let's get started. In the last episode, we wrapped up Mirror Island and made it back to the X-Mansion. In this episode, we're gonna do the stuff in the X-Mansion. Oh man, there's gonna be bios. I'm gonna hold off on those Shit. Piss. Sorry, I just completely brain farted here. I forgot there's bios here. Sorry if I'm keep in and out. I'm trying to find my notes. There they are. And sorry if I seemed a bit scatterbrained. Hey, there's our first sketchbook. Right on. Wasn't entirely sure I'd be able to record this episode today. Yeah. So I was gonna try and record it Wednesday and upload it as an extra then. Unfortunately, I had a bit, because I was going to do some odd jobs for money. Where the hell am I going? Unfortunately, I had a bit of an encounter with a motor vehicle. No, I did not get run over or hit. But I did have to dodge off the side of the road, which sent me down a hill into a tree. Which, for those of you who don't know, which is probably most of you now that I think about it, about a year ago? No. About a year and a fourth ago now. Year and a quarter. I can't talk. I was, running heavy equipment operations, and I was in a dump truck that I managed to tip over. And we meet a new character here.
Hello, dear. You must be new to the school.
Yes, my name is Allison Cressmer.
How delightful. I'll bet all the boys are chasing after a pretty girl like you. Men, they're so easy to own.
Allison, I'd like to introduce you to Emma Frost, also known as the White Queen. She has immense psychic talents.
Culture that outside the sentence.
Charles, my sweet. You're looking more handsome every day.
And you, Emma, are equal parts beauty and chaos.
Such a smooth talker. You could charm a girl right out of her.
Thank you for coming to the mansion so promptly. I am in dire need of your talents.
Not to worry, Charles. Auntie Emma will make it all better. You see, Allison, men are so easy. Much like the boy you're interested in. Bobby Drake? Hello, Allison. How's that boy you have your eye on? Bobby Drake?
Okay, that bit about her focusing on Drake on Iceman makes no sense. If you haven't read the comics, it might not make sense if you have. I'm not entirely sure it's referencing that, but there was a period in the comics where Emma Frost was evil. And at one point she took over his body.
Who are you? My name is Emma Frost. But I'm also known as the White Queen, in part because I can shift into a diamond form that is indestructible.
Aren't you a telepath?
Yes. While I'm no Charles Xavier, I am rather talented in that area.
How long have you been an X-Man?
I'm not. Being a permanent part of a group is
says the one who helped lead the Hellfire
I
Club.
prefer to come and go as I please. That way I'm not bound by the X-Men's rather prudish code of ethics.
Yeah, like I said, Emma Frost used to be a villain. She used to be part of the Hellfire Club. You know what? I'm going to finish this explanation after we get out of this conversation tree.
How did you know about Bobby?
It's amazing the things you learn when you're a telepath.
I thought telepaths weren't supposed to read minds unless they were given permission.
Now where's the fun in that?
What's this astral plane that Professor Xavier was talking about?
The astral plane is a dimension of existence, bordering on the edge of thought. It's based entirely on metaphor. So, a person who needs emotional protection would be covered in armor, and a person who wishes to be silent would be surrounded by a wall.
Sounds very weird.
Think of it as a dream, where everything has an alternate and deeper meaning.
Good luck on your mission. Be sure to keep an eye on the professor.
My dear, I always keep both eyes on Charles.
Okay, yeah, I'm actually gonna plop Emma Frost's bio in here right quick. Be right back. Right, so, Emma Frost. I'm gonna try and keep this brief because, good God, there's a lot of backstory on this character. I'm just gonna summarize it. Started off as the rich family as the daughter of a rich family, fuck's sake, in, I think, York? Boston! I was dead wrong, although they did arrive from England, okay. She eventually grew up to join the Hellfire Club sometime after discovering her mutant powers, from there acted as a villain. She eventually had her own little team called the Hellions, which was a Hellion Academy, kind of like an evil version of the X-Men to go along with the Brotherhood, which was already an evil version of the X-Men, whatever. They have their own academy now too, that I think about it. But eventually they got their butts kicked, and Emma Frost eventually, for reasons I cannot for the life of me remember, even if they're coherent, just changed sides and joined the X-Men. In comics, she's actually a full-fledged X-Men, ons and offs being the headmaster of one of the schools. I can't remember which one. I think it's actually the Xavier Institute now, with Cyclops, since Shadowcat and Wolverine started the Jean Grey Institute, whatever. What happened? Other than that, I'm just gonna try, like I said, I'm just gonna try to keep this brief. For her powers, she's psychic, and she has the ability to turn her body into diamond, which, from what I understand, she's actually really difficult to kill in that form. She was once assembled from after being shattered. And yes, she really does dress like that. As far as I can tell, that's her other superpower, is somehow making those outfits not fall off every time she breathes. Let me think. I don't think there's anything else to add. There is one last thing. Like I said, I'm trying to keep this really brief, because I know that they're getting ludicrously long, sorry, but yeah, that's why I'm trying to keep it brief. Oh man, I'm doing excellent today. Her first appearance was in X-Men 129, January 1980, and she's voiced. What the hell?
New life.
The fuck at? Okay. In game, she was voiced by Bobby Holiday. My computer just got attacked by ads, if you're wondering what all that random background noise was. If it's in the video, it probably is. Maybe, I don't know. Either way, I'll see you all in the next episode. Thank you, and no, I won't. What am I on about? This is in the middle of the episode I just finished recording. Jeez. On to Emma Frost's skills. See you there. Okay, so Emma Frost. Emma Frost's abilities, sorry. Her abilities are Confuse, which confuses enemies into becoming non-hostile for a time. Upgrading it converts them. This is actually pretty handy. Ditto Fear, which causes enemies to flee in terror. These are both essentially crowd control abilities. You can get them high levels in this will cause enemies to basically just run away. Will keep enemies from attacking you. This can actually be really helpful if you find yourself getting mobbed. I recommend putting points into both of these. Not necessarily either of them as a main ability. Psychic Shell changes into a protective shell form for a time. This is actually one of those skills that lets you level up level up the White Queen as a tank. Kind of like Magma. I don't actually personally like her much as a tank, but as a psychic, she's not quite as heavy as Jean Grey, so it might actually, what am I on about? She doesn't do as much damage as Jean Grey with psychic attacks, so it might actually be a good idea to make her a tank, so she can deal with psychic damage easier. Deal with enemies that are weak against psychic attacks but do a lot of physical damage, like big, heavy brutes. Deal with them easier, so that's up to you. And of course it has the typical 3 upgrades. Psychic Bedlam is, of course, her big, heavy, screen-clearing extreme attack. You know how these things work. Psionic Strike is the same thing it is on Phoenix. Hardness reflects physical damage back and forth. This can actually be pretty good. Shell Might is basically the same thing as Magma Might. Increases strength while in your ice form. Or your ice form, what? Your diamond form, yeah. It's called shell form, but I call it diamond form. Toughness, mutant mastery, critical strike are all the same. For stats, honestly, depends on what you want to build. If you want to focus on crowd control, Confuse is the better one, followed by Fear as a secondary, and then Psychic Shell as a tertiary. Because those two will keep enemies off. If you're going for the tank build, Psychic Shell is a little better. I'm actually going to do a mix of the two, because even then she's still a pretty good character. For her support skills down here, Psionic Strike, of course. Hardness and Shell Might are both kind of worth your time, but of the two, Hardness is the priority. For her stats, she of course starts off with a high focus. If you're building her as just crowd control, you want to focus on focus. And points into agility and maybe spotty, you can pretty much ignore her strike. If you're doing tank, ignore her focus and just pump points into strike and agility and occasionally into body. If you're doing a bounce like I do, you're going to want to spread them around a bit. Emma Frost, really quick, she's kind of the opposite of Nightcrawler, whereas Nightcrawler's only good if you're not controlling him. Emma Frost's really only good if you are controlling her. So, Alright. See y'all back in the game. Okay, I'm back. Alright, hopefully y'all enjoyed that. That whole sequence right there will have explained what I was going on about Emma Frost before. Sorry, okay. For those who don't, to finish what I was saying, I used to work in heavy equipment operations, and I tipped over a dump truck, and it's thrown my back out ever since. Conversation!
Oh, I be thinking that maybe you still got a little feeling or two for Magneto. I can understand that, but... Oh, tell me, Shell, you still got a little room in your heart for old Gambit?
I'm long done with Magneto. And you know I still care about you sneak thief. But think about what you're asking me.
Oh, sorry. I'll leave.
Don't you worry none, little Allison. I done heard everything that I need to know. I'll be going now.
Oh, Twitch.
What's Gambit angry about?
He and I have an on-again, off-again relationship. And this time I'm the one who called it off. He'll pout about it for a while, but he'll be back.
Pretty much summed up their entire character interaction with that sentence right there.
Gambit seemed kind of worried you might still have feelings for Magneto.
I admit at one time Magneto held a very special place in my heart. And I know I broke his heart the day I left the Brotherhood.
Do you regret leaving?
Heck no! The Brotherhood is nothing but a bunch of backstabbing lowlives who'd be more than happy to kill off Magneto and take over leadership. The only problem is, none of them are anywhere near Magneto's strength.
See you later, Rogue?
Later, sugar.
Seriously, these people would not lounge around in these outfits. It just ain't gonna happen. Now that I'm done with my psychotic rant, kinda. Alright, but yes, wrecking a dump truck pretty much tossed my back out ever since. Of course, ever since now being a year and a quarter. So,
Allison, I'm gonna be gone for a little while.
Where are you going?
I can't say, but it shouldn't take long.
If you're gone, who's gonna be in charge of the team?
Storm will be the X-Men team leader in my absence.
Can I go with you?
You know, you probably would come in handy, but no. This is something I have to do alone.
Okay. See you later, Cyclops.
See you soon, Allison.
yeah, I love how they call everyone else by their team names, but Pebbles just gets called by her actual name. Probably not to piss off fans of the comic book Magma. Alrighty, we need to look at our comics. We got Jubilee's comics plus 2 agility and focus. Not entirely sure who the dude's supposed to be off the top of my head. Alright, nothing in here except for the Jelly Vader, which we're gonna take up to the top floor. Thank you. Frickin' backaches. Oh well. Let's see, anybody up here? Let's see, this should be Colossus' room. No, I'm dead wrong. That's, beasts. Okay. Yeah, our last collectible is on the bottom floor, I think. Actually, I could be dead wrong. We should have the sewer sealer hub there. There you go. I feel like we got more than that. Hold on. Let's see. Warlock tunnels. I really wish these things were in the order you collect them. The tunnels don't look shit like that. Sorry. But they're not. So I actually really have a bit of a hard time telling what I have and haven't looked at. Oh, here's interesting. We got Nightcrawler on the right, Pebbles on the left, and Psylocke in the middle. She is actually in this game, but she doesn't show up until pretty late. It actually kind of makes me sad. Alright, let's boogie. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Hold on. Notes! I am. I love Wolverine's Canadian flag. Ah, my eyeball's twitching. Son of a bitch. It's over here. There we go. Danger Room Disc Challenge Iceman, which is one of the biggest pains in the ass in the game, that challenge. Seriously. It takes frickin' forever to beat it. Largely because Iceman's kinda shit. And quiz time, because really quick. Which of this group is a mutant? That would be Bobby Drake. Despite whatever the first X-Men movie, the X-Men movies would have you think, Senator Kelly never became a mutant, and Juggernaut isn't a mutant. Listing secret identities of well-known mutants. Magneto. Shite. Hopi. Damn. Oh man, I should know this. Since Cyclops is freaking Bio and Iceman and Beast and Phoenixes. I'm wrong. Oh boy. Storm, we just had that conversation. Last one. Psylocke is British. I like British people. I'm actually pretty good friends with a couple of them. Hell, I work with one. I work with a few of them. At least one. Heather's cool though. Whisper. Okay. We have some conversation type things down here, and we can just ignore that dude and grab that comic book. Yeah. We're gonna have to go check that out too. Okay, really quick, we're gonna pop back up and check out that comic book. That's ground floor. Sorry. If I remember that, we'd just... piss waffle, I'm in the wrong room. If I'd remembered it, we'd have just done the comic book slash... Jeez! I cannot speak! Ah, cheers! I can't navigate either. Yeah, I'm a little out of it. Rogue, okay. +2 strike and body, always happy. I like that cover. Okay. I'll be honest though, one thing that really bugs me about these designs is the fact that they all look the designs in this game is that they all look the same. What I really wish is that they'd gone with some of their more iconic outfits, like the one from the cartoon for, jeez, for, Rogue. Probably the same one for Storm. I thought Colossus was in here. Oh boy. Alright, I think. Sheesh. We're not gonna do our Danger Room segments yet, because we've got stuff to do first. Okay. Open the door. I don't think anybody is in here. Oh hey, yes, Nightcrawler. I love how it's still showing Colossus. At least I think that's Colossus. It could be Magneto. It's a little hard to tell. Oh, never mind. That's totally Magneto. Because if you look, you can see the outline of his helmet. I think. Okay, let's just talk
Guten
Magma.
Tag, Fräulein Magma.
Pebbles!
What are you up to?
I am lending Cyclops a hand in his search.
What search?
We are trying to discover how Mystique knew to go to the HARP facility to find the location of Magneto's prison.
Oh, right. That's how the Brotherhood knew he was on the Arbiter. Are you having any luck in your search?
Yeah, this would try the patience of Job. But we uncovered one intriguing bit of information.
And that would be?
Someone in the military has been leaking information to the Brotherhood.
But the military distrusts mutants as much as anyone else.
Indeed. And that is exactly what makes this information so intriguing.
See you later, Nightcrawler.
Auf Wiedersehen, Allison.
I need to wrap this section up. I actually need to record Emma Frost's bio now. And I need to record at least part of Colossus at the same time. It's gonna be fucking entertaining. I apologize. I mean to cut back on the swearing and I just keep doing it. Oh well. Oh, we can't do anything in there. I really hate how loud the detention center area is. That gets taken care of actually pretty quickly. Alright, we aren't going in there. Not yet at least. Okay, we are going in there. So that's where we need to go. We need to progress the plot, which you don't do by talking to the mission computer for once. We need to open the door! Talk to Beast.
Allison, I can't help but notice you've been extremely somber lately. Is something wrong?
I'm worried about Ileana.
That's very kind of you. I'm sure Peter appreciates your concern.
I wish there was something I could do to help.
Allison, the more I get to know you, the more I'm convinced you were an X-Man before you even came to the mansion.
What do you mean I was already an X-Man?
Your concern for the welfare of others, even those you don't know, is exactly how the X-Men feel. Much like you, they are willing to go to any lengths to help those in need.
Will Dr. McTaggart be able to save her?
Moira is an extremely gifted scientist. And don't forget that Charles Xavier is also on the case. Not to worry, young lady. Ileana couldn't be in better hands.
Oh,
Thanks,
my
Beast.
nose.
You're the greatest.
Well, just acting up.
I wouldn't debate that point with you at all, my friend.
Excuse me while I remember what the hell I'm supposed to do. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Never mind. We actually do need to talk to this thing. That's still what we're gonna do though, because this is a really short, easy mission. In fact, we'll finish it in an episode.
Why call such a mysterious meeting, huh?
I apologize for the cryptic message, but I fear we are about to come under attack from cloaked invaders.
What? How do you know?
Normally, I never would have detected them, but their variant covalence bands were interfering with an experiment dealing with hyperbolic...
If there's a point, Beast, you should be getting to it.
As you wish, Wolverine.
Because that was boring.
I've discovered someone is attempting to access the Xavier protocols.
Those contain information on every known mutant in the world. If they fell into the wrong hands, no mutant would be safe.
Any idea who's doing it, Beast?
Anyone attempting to infiltrate our network would have to be nearby. But I've scanned the mansion grounds and can't detect anyone. Therefore, it seems reasonable to assume our unwanted guests are cloaked.
Now it makes sense. For the past half hour, I've been catching thoughts from minds that I've never encountered before.
Jean, do you think you can pinpoint where these thoughts are coming from?
Yes, but I can only locate one mind at a time.
That's all we'll need.
There's two other
All right,
psychics in
Pete,
this area.
let's get out there. And pay close attention to Jean's instructions.
There's 2 other psychics in this building, so we should be able to get at least 3. Oh, boy. We've got those 2 to level up. Alright, yes. Okay, we're gonna replace Wolverine with Colossus.
Colossus.
Yeah.
Emma Frost.
We're not gonna level them up here because I need them not leveled up to do the bio. We're also gonna grab Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
Actually, we're gonna put you inside. Gambit.
Gambit.
And I actually don't want to use Nightcrawler. Do I have anyone else who's level 15? Yes. Okay.
Cyclops.
We're gonna roll with this team because they're all level 15. The GRSO. And then them some evil looking facial wear.
I can sense them nearby.
Alright, she'll find the ones closest to us. I'm gonna hit this save button and do the bios, and it will be good, and I will see you on the next episode where we will kill off these invaders who have come over to mess up our lawns and drink our tea and hack our systems and stuff like that. I'm really out of it. Whatever. Right. In the next, like I said, in the next episode, we'll do this story mission. In the meantime, this is my Basilisk. I will see you all then. Thank you, and good night, folks.